I'm excited because we still have like a lot of people from last year. You know, we don't have to start at zero. We can go into training camp with a lot of people knowing what the defensive and offensive schemes are, so you can help out the new guys. But obviously, like it's gonna change a little bit because a lot of scoring came obviously from JB. But we got C Wood now new, who's also like a elite scorer, especially in a pick and roll. And, like the short rolls with Luka will be very exciting to watch, I think.
What way Max do you feel like a team would and to be able to help you guys on board?
How much it will help? I mean, we played some pickup already, and you can see that just they're tall, they know where to position themselves, get the rebounds, and I think it will make things a lot easier for us.
Maxi, Jason was talking about how St. Jean came out to visit you, that you said that you never had a coach visit you all the way to Germany. What was that like?
It was fun. I think we had a great time. We did our job, we worked out, and then I got to show him Würzburg a little bit, and I think he had a good time too.
How much relief for you is there now with the new contract in hand about you moving forward in your future with this team? This year and beyond?
Obviously a little bit relief, but I'm just like super excited because I love being here. It feels like home for me. I've played 5 years already, is going into year 6 with the Mavs. I love the organization, everything that the Mavs stand for, how much they do in the community, and for me it's just very special to have the chance to be and continue to be part of this.
Actually, what was your summer like then, not playing your basketball?
Yeah.
World traveler?
I did some traveling, but the main focus was also to just heal up from like the last 2 seasons. I had like minor issues at the very end all the time, so I wanted to get rid of this. I wanted to heal fully, do some recovery stuff, and then just like build up from there and work out, and not having to rush to play like the European Championship. Obviously I wanted to play because it was in my home country, but I think it was more important for me to like slowly progress and heal up instead of like playing 70% and then coming here and just like procrastinating everything.
Is this the best that you felt?
I feel really good. I talked the entire summer with the strength coaches, with the trainers and everything to find a schedule to get perfectly healthy for now. Yeah. Well, at first I had to like just rest and let things heal, and then a lot of the exercises that you do is like stability stuff, and you like slowly get into it, and when you start with basketball movements again, running and stuff like that, you just try to see that the impact is not too big at the beginning because you have a long summer, you have a lot of time, so you don't want to rush it, and then you just like slowly progress it and build up every week.
Did you spend any time reflecting on last season? I think it's reasonable to say that you had some of the worst stretches, and then that stretches in your entire career, kind of like back to back.
Yeah.
Is there something you can learn from that? Just kind of move on.
I mean, it's like the same answer that everybody gives you, just keep shooting, Like there's obviously stretches, and last year was a really bad stretch after like All-Star break for like, I don't know, 1.5 months, 2 months. But you just got to keep shooting and got to do your homework because there's so much more than just shooting that you can do on the court. Obviously, like if you shoot well, that helps, but we still won a lot of games, so like you still can do the right things without making a shot, but obviously you want to make it, yeah.
Did you ever look at like that game 2 highlight video?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times because obviously here and there you get tagged in things, but yeah, I've seen it.
You still click on it though.
I don't have to, but sometimes I watch it like, man, that was fun.
I would too.
When you look at JaVale and Seawood coming in, it's a little more crowded on the front line now, but do you look at that as a strength of numbers and guys that can bring a few different little things to the table?
Yeah, 100%. But besides like just basketball stuff, I think they're also like great people, So from what I've learned from them so far, we had like a lot of fun in the locker room. They're like super funny guys, You can just like relax with them, chat with them. I think like just going out for dinners or whatever, and just have a good time with them too, which is like worth so much more to have like good team chemistry with them.
Speaking of chemistry, you and Luka have a great relationship.
Yeah.
You like to kid each other. When he got into town, what was your reaction when you saw him?
Well, I was kind of upset because he lost a bet against me, and he was supposed to bring me Sour Patches, but he didn't. So I was a little bit upset about that. But otherwise, like he's a funny guy. Good to hang out. Good to hang out with. Obviously, like very competitive, and we like to make bets all the time. And gotta honor your bets.
Does he pay?
Huh?
Does he pay?
No, he does. Yeah. But also he likes to continue betting until there's like a point. So it's yeah.
I'm not sure if any player was closer with the team to Bronson than you. You got visited in the summer. Were you shocked by him leaving? You know, or were you having conversations
Yeah.
with him?
I mean, obviously you talk to him. Like, there's a bunch of guys that like were close to him. I wouldn't say shocked is the right word. You know, it's a business. So at the end of the day, everybody makes like the decision what suits him the best. I just hope like he will feel, you know, like home there. He will have a good year and everything. So I just like want the best for him. You know, obviously like we're gonna miss him because he was like a great player. He helped us so much, but also like a good friend of us. But you know, we can still FaceTime and talk to him. You know, he's still our friend. That didn't change. But you know, it's just also a business decision and part of it.
In the Utah series, they said that you helped space the floor a whole lot and got a whole lot of open shots. Plan on doing that for the rest of the season and help everybody else get the floor a little bit more open so everybody else can get the open shots as well?
Yeah. So I think like, you know, the playoffs were really interesting to me because the way we prepared and how we broke down things really helped because it made it so much easier for like me as a role player. You know, you obviously have like guys like Luka, Spencer, JB, and all those guys that make decisions. But for me, I had to shoot the ball, space the floor, create space for everybody. And, you know, on defense, you just like try to communicate. I would say like one of my strengths is on defense. It's where there's like sometimes I guess funny videos about German Shepherd and all this stuff. But, you know, like I try to like just do my best job in both of those spots. And I think for offense, obviously like, you know, having a 5 guy that can shoot will open the gaps for the guards to drive to the basket. You never heard about that? Oh, you guys are not on Twitter, I guess. You got to read it.
You said you don't pay attention to social media to see it.
Hey.
We need some consistency.
There's some like detailed information I can give you right now, unfortunately, but like one day you will understand.
Max, what did you guys learn about yourself in that playoff series against Warwick, and what do you have to do in order to take the next step?
For me personally, I think a lot comes with like trusting the whole, you know, the offensive schemes and everything that we do. Because what I learned is during the season, sometimes you play a lot of games, and then when you prepare for games, you don't have the same time. So sometimes, you know, there's like maybe like the third rotation missing or something like that. In the playoffs, you really exactly knew every time what you had to do because you had so much time to prepare for every play that they had. And you know, if everybody just focuses so much on that, like you can take away so many easy things for them. And you know, like just the trust that we had in each other as a team helped us winning those games when other people didn't believe in us. And I think the one thing that we can definitely do is like believe in ourselves. And I think this year will be a lot harder because I think teams are going to come after us now because we were successful. So, you know, we have to prove ourselves again, and this will be the challenge for us.
How confident are you guys coming into
Very confident. You know, I guess as a athlete, pro athlete, you should also be very confident. But I think we have a great team. Like I said, like the way we play things, the way we do things, offense, defense, it's always the right thing and the right mindset. Now it's obviously just a matter of like coming together and figuring it out as a team because there is a bunch of new guys that we have to include and have to like figure out where to be, and they have to like, you know, get the chemistry going.
Staying with an organization 5 to 6 years, especially in the NBA, is rare. The same organization. What's the key to that staying power, you think?
I don't know. I guess you got to ask the organization too. But I obviously feel very blessed. You know, I don't take this for granted because, as you said, it's not a given. You know, but I guess it shows like, at least for my side, I can't speak for them, but I would feel like they feel the same way. It shows like a mutual respect for each other. You know, like I appreciate everything they do for me. You know, and I pay that back. I come in, I do my work, I be the best professional that I can be, and you know, it's just like a healthy relationship.
Did you lift weights right before you came in here, or were you more muscle defined?
It's good lighting in here, but no, I lifted this summer too at times. So.
Maxi, with Christian Wood, do you see what you do is changing any in playing defense and hitting jump shots? Do you see that's going to change?
No, I don't think so. I think actually it will probably make it easier too, because a lot of times, you know, we try to pressure up and make guys get into the three-point line. And if I know that I have JaVale or Christian Wood in the back and they can block the shots, it makes it even easier for us, I think. And offensively, I don't think anything changes. I'm still going to be there, play pick and pops, like space the floor, and then obviously with C Wood, you can alternate, see who's rolling, who's popping, which is always very confusing for defenses too. So I don't think much will change for my role.